You know, I noticed that even Costco started selling precious metals. And that just, it seemed odd to me. Who's going to have a couple $1,000s to go into Costco and buy gold? And, I figured maybe they'll sell a bunch of, they sold out every time, like immediately. As far as I know, they're still doing that and still selling out. And yet, do you know anything about that? I find it hard to believe that you could take this stuff back to Costco and sell it back to them.
Well, I know a lot about that. So, one of the mint distributors that we do a lot of business with has the Costco account, and they are the ones that supply Costco. It is their biggest account, and they burp a quantity of either gold or silver into the Costco system, and it usually sells out very quickly because there's a lot of demand for physical precious metals, but it's not, we don't have a culture in the US like most other countries do, Asia, Europe. And how can I say this? A lot of the people that are Costco clients are not necessarily natural born Americans to start with, right? So they
Okay.
tend to have a culture there, which is why Costco is good at selling precious metals coins. But what Costco doesn't do is they do not buy back, they only sell. So it's a one-way channel. So we've actually had people who have bought from Costco come and sell to us. And the first time I saw some of the packaging, I'm like, oh, this is really nice. Where'd you get this? And they went, oh, Costco. I was like, oh, great. And I called my friends who are the distributors and I said, hey, you're doing a great job with this
Yeah.
packaging. And they said, what we're actually doing is we're helping to grow the marketplace because it's putting metal in more people's hands than might otherwise be the case. And it's helping to broaden the overall amount of buyers in the marketplace. So the Costco selling precious metals is a good thing.
I think it is wonderful. I think, your average Joe, people that normally wouldn't think about going out and buying gold or silver, they might never take the time to go to Amerigold Exchange, AMERgold.com, or any of these other exchanges out there. One thing I have noticed, I've talked to you and Matt over and over. I see you at the shows like at New Orleans and talking to you on the phone. Full disclosure, we have ordered multiple times, have never had a bad experience with anything related to American Gold Exchange, and highly recommend them for all of the listeners out there. Now, my friends that come to my little meeting, the people that work in your office, Lila,
Yes.
anybody that says, I want to get started investing, I frequently tell them, go on and buy an ounce of silver right now. I don't believe in putting money into something that you don't understand. And once you have money in it, you'll understand it more. And if you can't afford to lose at $35 on a single ounce of silver, you probably shouldn't be investing. So run down to your whatever the local store is and grab that. But when you really start buying, more than just an ounce here or an ounce there, or even getting into a single ounce of gold, which is pushing $3,000 right now, that's the time you need to know a good dealer like Dana's American Gold Exchange. Do you agree with that, Dana?
Yeah, I do, Eric. So if you have skin in the game, it's going to make you pay attention and it'll help you learn much more quickly. I remember Robert Helms from the real estate guys telling a story about having dinner with Robert Kiyosaki one day, and Kiyosaki got a call about this thing called Bitcoin. And he got on his phone and he started doing something. And Robert Helms asked him, what did you just do, Robert? He says, well, I just bought some Bitcoin. He's like, you did? You just heard about it. He says, yeah, but if I don't own it, I won't pay attention to it. I won't learn about it. So now that I have one, I'll know how to follow it. And this was a long time ago,
That was.
right? So, but the point is, participation is how you really learn. And I mean, that's how you've taught your kids the real estate business, right? Right, Ethan?
Exactly. And I'm glad that my dad he was a teacher, and it helped me really understand things when I was starting to invest. Pretty much whatever he taught other people, he would teach us the same lessons because my brother wanted to invest in Legos, uh, or he wanted to start investing. Let me clarify that. He walked in and asked my dad, well, what should I invest in? And dad said, well, invest in what you know, which when at the time it was Legos. But that's exactly what he would tell his mentoring students, right, Dad?
Absolutely. And after your Lego experience, the first thing that both you and your brother started buying, because it's what you could afford, was physical silver. And then one time, Devin set a goal. He wanted to buy a whole ounce of gold by the end of the year. And at the time, $1,800 was a large task for somebody making $10 an hour. Even though he didn't really have bills, it's not like he works 40 hours a week. So these are the things we firmly believe in: the product, the physical.